Hi Sheng Li, it's Craig here. I hope I got your name pronunciation right. Bing has asked me to introduce you to the website and give you logins and everything. Um, One thing I've been wanting to do actually is speed this website up a little bit. Um, the main thing we can do to speed it up is reduce some of the image sizes. So that's one thing that I want you to be aware of with this site. It's loading pretty slowly compared to a lot of other sites that I manage, and that's because it's very image heavy. Anyway, we can talk more about that later. Let's just get you logged in first. Um, to log in, there's a special login entrance there that I'll send you by email. And I'm logging in using one of the existing user accounts for WordPress. By the way, this website is all made in WordPress. Um, there's many different ways you can build websites. You can build HTML websites or Weebly or Wix or Squarespace or so many different ways. I decided to specialize in WordPress because for me, I think it's a good platform and it's very popular and it's open source and it powers about over 20% of the internet. Now, once logged in, if you're logged in as an administrator, you can create new users. So I'm going to add you as a user now, and I'm just going to, what I'm going to do as well is recommend that you get a password wallet to keep all of your information in. I, I keep um, I keep a record of everything um, so that it's safe. And you can always change passwords and that, but it really doesn't matter because we can all log in and we've all got the same access privileges if you're logged in as an admin. And so I'm just going to generate a password off screen now. Um, because I want to create a safe password, and even if um, someone like was able to intercept this video, I wouldn't want them to see the password. So I'm just going to create another one because you could just see that password there for a sec. Okay, that's better. So now there's a nice strong secure password there, and just copy over these settings. Um, the website, of course, is this one. Oh, the other thing I'd like to do soon is convert this website to HTTPS. That's another thing that'll improve the SEO. Um, yeah, there's a few things that I wouldn't mind to do to this website to improve it. So we can talk about those things. Beng's given us the go-ahead to do some work on it, so that's great. So now I'm just going to add you as an administrator. You'll get this welcome email anyway, but I wanted to explain on the video what it was all about and how it was set up and everything. So press add new user, administrator, secure password, and there's all the different people that are admins on the website. All right, so we'll go back to the front end. This is known as the front end, but now that we're logged in, we can see this top bar up here as well, this admin bar. And that'll take us back to the back end or the dashboard. And there's some updates that need to be done to the website. And before I start anything, I always like to back the website up. So I'm just looking. I can't see my backup solution in there. I must have turned it off. I'm going to turn that back on for a second. It's not necessary to have the backup program. Where's my backup program? I've got to put a backup program back in here. Where's backup, buddy? Oh, it's not there. All right. Well, this will show you the process for adding plugins. Plugins are very common on WordPress, and there's the good plugins and there's bad plugins. There's free plugins and there's pay for plugins. This one I'm going to put in at the moment. This is one of my favorite plugins. It's a pay for one, but I've got a gold license for it, fortunately. Really good one to have a gold license on is iThemes Backup Buddy. Now, that probably won't be the latest, but near enough, because you can, once you've installed it, you can update it anyway. So this is what's called manually adding a plugin. You can also browse like the WordPress library of plugins, but just be aware that before you do anything or change anything or whatever, it's really good to do a backup of everything first, because then if anything goes wrong, I can always restore the website. There's actually 2 layers of backup. So there basically nothing can go wrong with Beng's website. I mean, it might go down for a little while if someone does something bad with the software or something like that. But with a backup, I can always restore it back to this. And also, there's another backup which is on the cPanel. See, there's a couple of different layers of how the website software works. WordPress is kind of like the final layer. That's like the website itself. But then that lives on the cPanel. And sometimes you might need cPanel access to do some like advanced coding and stuff like that. And in the cPanel, I also do backups in the cPanel as well, which actually contains all of this. So really nothing can, but I always do a manual backup this way in WordPress, because this is what I kind of call my front line of defense. And if this ever fell over, then I've got my back line of defense, if you see what I mean. So that's how that works. So that's been installed. Now I activate the plugin. Just while that's activating, I'm just finishing off the password wallet, so I've got all that saved away safely. Alright, so that's been activated. I can actually enter a license as well. I may as well do that while I'm here, because that will mean that I can then back it up easy enough. Alright, there we go. So there's quite a few backups that need to be done. Oh, it is the latest. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so now this is the backup buddy, and really all you have to do is press complete backup. That will back up the whole site, and you don't even have to download it or anything, because there will be a copy on the cPanel once you do this backup. But I generally make a local backup to my computer, or to my external drives on my computer anyway as well. So I'm going to do that after this video, and I'm also going to update everything so it's at its latest on WordPress. You can see all the updates. You can see them in plugins and different places as well. But the way WordPress works is that it has all the updates here in this spot, and I can do it all in the one go, because WordPress also uses a theme, and we're using the Avada theme, which is a hugely popular theme. I must be honest, it's not my favorite theme, but this website was made a really long time ago. Oh, I was going to back up. That's right. Like I say, I already had I've got a backup from last time I was in here anyway, so I know I'm safe to do this. But before, Shengli, before you do anything like this, just make another backup, okay? Just to be on the safe side, all right? So we're just backing up all the plugins. All right, you've seen where the plugins live. They all live in there, and I may as well back up everything actually, so you can see all of that at work. Now, while that's backing up, we'll just go over some of the things in this dashboard. This thing that says SEO, that's another plugin. That's called SEO by Yoast, that plugin, and that helps you manage the SEO. We can talk about that later because I think Ben was talking about doing your analytics and working out your SEO and stuff like that. That tool can help you. Like all the basic things have been done, like the sitemap's been registered with Google, things like that. And all right, so now all the updates have been completed. I can return to the WordPress update page. All right, now there's the Avada theme there, and these this is an important thing to. Before updating the theme, you should read things like that. And also, I just want to remind myself here under themes. Okay. So it might be safe for me to activate the child and then update the theme, like, because that way I might not lose settings. Like you can potentially lose settings like style, customization settings and things like that when updating the theme. So I'm just going to leave that alone for a second. Just come back to this updates page for a second. Now, in the email, I'm also going to send you, what I'll do is I'll download the latest copy of Avada and send you the documentation file so you can understand how the theme works. Okay, so that didn't update, but that's okay. We're not even using that anyway, so look, I'll just do it again anyway and see if it works. Sometimes not all the updates will work from that page, and then you've got to update it a different way. But I don't believe we're even. Oh no, we are using that plugin. I think that's what's making those 6 little mini plugins on the front page. All right, update package not available. Okay, that's all right. That's probably because it's part of the Avada theme, and that's why that part's not updating. Is probably why. Anyway, I'll just return to the WordPress updates page. And just want to check something here too. Check important. I'm just going to click on this with my, I'm holding down my Alt or Command key on a Mac to open up in a new tab and just read this. Full backup before update any software. This is true. I'm going to back up next, all right, before I do the theme thing. It's good that you see how a backup works anyway. It's just that because it's so many pictures in the website and everything, this is going to take a little bit of time. But you can always, it's a video, right? You can always fast forward it. All right, complete backup. And let it go to work. So that window needs to stay open until it finishes doing its thing. Okay, it hasn't finished yet. It's just started. It's got to go through all this stuff. Okay, so while that's backing up, I'm just gonna tell you a bit more about this Avada theme. Okay, so to understand how to design this site is basically understanding how Avada theme works. So I'm just going to, it's part of this theme forest in Vado Market. That's where they sell Avada. I use other, I've got a preference for other themes now. We can talk about that later if you want to, what my favourite themes are these days. There it is. So look, this is the Avada theme. This is their sales page. Oh my God, it's the most popular theme. 300,000 people. That's crazy. That's crazy. Look, it's a nice looking theme. And look, look. I shouldn't say it's a bad theme. Obviously, like 300,000 people can't be that wrong. It's not bad. I just think it's a little bit bulky. That's my main gripe with it. And also, I think the code is a little bit messy. Um, I've I've gone with more streamlined things since my God, this is the first purchase I ever bought on Theme Forest. Wow, I'm not even a big fan of Theme Forest anymore. But I've got 4 pages of purchases from them. But yeah, discuss that later as well. What am I doing? I'm all files and documentation. I'm going to send you this file, okay? Um, and oops, I think this will still be backing up. Yeah, this I can't remember exactly how big, but it's got to be at least 400 megabytes, I'd say. So we'll just wait for that to back up. And while we're waiting, what else can I tell you about Avada? Um, oh, I don't have support for it, so anything beyond the scope of the documentation or anything, we can't reach out to the authors anymore because that expired. Um, but it's pretty easy peasy with a theme that's that popular. It's pretty easy to find answers to questions. Like, for instance, like okay, I'll give you a for if. So, for instance, if we wanted to change main navigation on the Avada theme WordPress, let's see what we get with a Google search on that. Setting up the menu. So, okay, there you go. Help documents. Unlike a lot of themes, this is like got a lot of documentation. Okay, um, so you're not going to get stuck um, looking for answers with most of your questions. Um, and still downloading that. Oh my God! Just after the documentation, and it's 475 megabytes. That's cray cray. Can't really email that to you. I'll, I'll work out something. Let me think. All right, so you can see that there's a whole complete bloody Avada document there from on Theme Fusion supporting that theme and all the information. So there's all of that. But then you've got other people like me that have put up videos on YouTube. Um, I mean, it's crazy. There's just so much help out there. There's just so much information. So, okay, so that's a plus, obviously. So that's a good thing about the theme. Um, there's no end of information about it. Okay, so there's a good thing. Um, let's have a look at some other things while that backup's happening. Don't forget, it's very important to keep that window active and open. I probably shouldn't even be poking around on the front end, but you can. Obviously, the site's going to get visitors, So, I just don't want to tax the server too much because it's working hard at the moment, backing up the site. But anyway, let's talk about this front page. So, in WordPress, you can always edit a page just by navigating to that page, whatever page that might be, unless it's a PDF download page or something where it's just a PDF. As long as it's a WordPress page, you can always go up here and edit it from the front. And that'll take you into the back, and it'll give you, we'll see in a sec. All right, so it has its own page builder. So you've got these rows. You can drop elements into the rows. You can delete the row. You can save it, you can clone it, and you can edit it. If you edit the row, there you've got some design options, which is, and then you can apply extra CSS classes and things like that to design style it. You can set the background colors, background images, border colors, paddings and margins. Good idea to type stuff in pixels. See how it says there px? So if you're going to add padding to anything, like 30px, 50px, etc., etc. All right, so that's to edit the style for the column, and then you've got these elements inside the actual column. So this is probably just a spacer, I dare say. You'd have to click on in there to find out. Yeah, it's just a spacer. And here's some text. So if you're going to edit the text, click on there, go in there, edit the text. That's your visual window, so that you can edit the style visually, like things like that. But then you've got your text window, so that you can see all your HTML. Okay. And so that's your HTML visual editor window. And okay, so that's one of those sliders. And there's quite a few of them on this front page. Yeah, is that all of them? Yeah, they're all the different sliders. So let's view that page again. All right. Oh, so here's the thing. So you want to do some new designs? That's great. Just make a new page. Okay. So just make a new page. Save it as anything you want, and set up the editor, the Fusion Builder, and you can add a pre-built page, and you can also, I believe, you can probably save one of the other pages, and copy one of them and put it in there and just change it around, and then you can save that as a draft or make it public. Doesn't really matter, because it won't go in the menu. The menu is, and you have to then press publish to make it save. If it's over here under appearance is where the menu is, which is where the main menu on the website is. So you actually have to change it from here to you have to change it from here to make anything change on the front page. Alright, so let's see how that backup's going. Now it's still going, it's chugging away. Well, that's good. Alright, so back to the front end again. And yeah, there's those slides. This was designed a long time ago, before the visual editor had even matured properly. So a lot of this was converted from shortcodes and things like that. It really could do, yeah, with a redesign would be good. Getting rid of some of these sliders would be really good, and just putting in one flat photo, I think, would speed up the website significantly, and yeah, and really help with the SEO, because Google takes away points for slow loading websites, and this really is slow to load now. It's been around for a long time now, but that's one of the benefits too. This website's been around for a long time, so just from the nature of that, it's still going to draw a lot of traffic, because it's kind of respected, you know, in that way. Also, there's a lot of information on there, you know, and it's very localized. So yeah, but yeah, there's no end to the amount of work you could do to improve it, obviously. So what else can I tell you about this? Okay, those documentation files have just finished downloading. So let's just have a quick look at that. I'll just extract that so I can see what I can give you from here. Alright, it's the full package. I thought I had the documents. Extras, Revolution slider. So there's the slider layer docs, the Revolution slider docs. I can just send you those links actually in the email. But no documentation. Am I going mad here? Alright, just a sec. Go back to theme forest. All files and documentation. Licenses, all files and documentation. All product support and documentation is online. Alright. Alright, well that makes it easy. I'll just send you all of that. Alright, done. And what else? Okay. Well, that's good. Alright, so I'm still backing up. It's backed up. Alright, so yeah, almost 400. So I always I've got a copy of the website going back for ages. So back up. Alright, all backed up. So now we're safe to do some more updating. You know what? I'm going to... No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to themes. I'm going to activate Avada Child. Now I'm going to check the website. Hasn't gone crazy. No, that still looks pretty right. Alright, so now I'm going to go to the updates. Did that really set to... no, I'm going to go back to themes for a sec. I just want to make sure... Yeah, we are on Avada Child. Right. I might as well just update it from here now. I might as well update this one as well. This is the generic theme that comes with WordPress. They're up to probably 2017 now, but they're all good. Each year they bring out a new one, and they're nice minimal themes. They're good for bloggers and stuff. But it's always good to have too, just one little light theme sitting in the background in case anything ever goes wrong. It's just helpful. Because if this really bummed out and did something horrible, like worst case scenario, I might have to like log into cPanel and delete this theme. And if there's another good theme in there, if that got deleted, it would just resolve to that. So there'd be something up instead of nothing up, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense. Anyway, that's why it's there. So I'll just update this while I'm here. I may as well activate the, even though the child theme draws from this, I haven't checked this child theme for a long time, and so I'm happy just to stick with the actual Avada theme rather than the child theme. We can get more into child themes later if you want to learn more about it. Just really all you really need to know is... Oh, okay. Fusion Core and Fusion. Okay, that's fine. Just update the plugins. Um, yeah, the thing you need to know about the child theme is it's good to have a child theme so that you don't lose the settings when you do the updates. So that's why I turned it on just for that little part. All right, so welcome installation update of manage plugins below Fusion Core. Okay, so update. Wait. Yeah, if you're going to design in WordPress, it's good to see all this stuff at least once before you have to do it all yourself. Managing a WordPress site, there's updates. There's always updates, always updates. Um, that helps it be secure too, because some of them are security updates. They're patching some vulnerability someone just found, and then they post that vulnerability to the internet on some forum and go, "Hey, we just found a vulnerability with this particular plugin or whatever on WordPress." And then they fish around and they try and find a website that uses that plugin that's got that vulnerability, so they can try and hack into your website. Um, so yeah, that's why it's good to back up relatively regularly. All right, we're almost there. I'm scared this is getting terribly boring for you now. I've probably lost you, but this is this is all part of designing a website, believe it or not. There's probably some fun stuff at some point, but right now it's all of this. All right, we're almost there. I think that's the last one probably that needs doing, and we need to do WordPress itself, and that'll get us up to completely up to date. All right, well at least we got layer slider up to date as well. That might even speed the website up a little bit. Okay, just wait until it stops there. Okay, so now that's finished, we can go update now and update WordPress itself. And I'm just noticing that too. That says something to me there that needs to be looked at. So I'm going to look at that after we've updated the WordPress engine itself. Notice the sequence I did that in as well. I updated the plugins first, then I updated the theme, then I updated WordPress. Um, that's generally regarded as the best sequence to update things in if you've got a whole bunch of updating to do. Okay. Um, so, yeah, these are the Fusion Slider and Fusion Builder. They're options that are part of the Avada theme. So you'll be able to learn more about those things all in the Avada online documentation that I'll send you the links for. And that's where all the settings for the Avada theme are inside there. So that's like fonts, font sizes, colors, all sorts of things. All right, everything's updated. So I just want to check what this thing is, this Fusion Patcher. All right. Yeah, fingers crossed everything looks the same after all of this, eh? Sometimes it can make the layout go horribly haywire, and then you've got to go in and usually just fix it manually. But I haven't had to do that for a while. Look, the update progress, updating's been a lot simpler in the last couple of years, I dare say. But having said that, you know, like touch wood, there's always people out there that are losing all their files or all their media, or something goes wrong during the update process just because it didn't go according to plan. Like I say, if it went too horribly wrong, I've always got that backup there. Alright, and this is just all the bloody, this is just updating all the software. You know, this isn't even, we haven't even got to SEO or anything like that. But anyway, I'm not sure what level you're at with all this stuff as well. Um, you know, um, so this might not even be helpful. I don't know, but please feel free to ask questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. All right, let's have a look at the website again now. Yep, that looks fine. That's how it was before. Yep. All right, that's good. Nothing went too crazy. By the way, I just shrunk the window. The reason why it looks like this is because I shrunk my window for this video. It really should look like that, right? But like, I bounce around a lot on the web, the way I look at stuff, and have my screen settings and all that. So I always center it back to 0, like that's 0, but that's because my screen's shrunk, and then I pull it back to that. That's pretty much how it looks like on a desktop. Anyway, um, all right. So I think that's about all for the. Oh, the other thing is too, if you're wondering how come that picture isn't there on the front page, that's because it's a Revolution slider, that one. And Revolution slider, that's in your dashboard, but you can also edit, because it's here on the page, you can go in straight that way, and you can edit the main slide show from this way. I wouldn't mind experimenting with bringing the resolution of the photos down a little bit to make the website faster as well. But slider revolution, that's separate from Avada in terms of how you design stuff in it. It's a little bit different, all right, just so you're aware that there's two different things there on that front page that set up that design, okay? All right, look, that's about it for this first video. I hope that's been helpful, and have fun designing the website. And yeah, all the best. Cheers. Bye.